This seems so tempting. Finding new MSP clients by using AI to make outbound calls on your behalf. Really clever stuff, with no humans involved. And there are loads of really good AI robodialer solutions out there. But the big question is, should you? Is this a valid, smart marketing tactic, or could it do harm to your MSP? I've actually been using a robodialer myself, and the results I've experienced and the potential opportunities out there for your MSP may just surprise you. I'm a big fan of MSPs making outbound phone calls. In fact, it's the entire third step of my simple MSP marketing strategy. Build audiences, grow relationships, convert relationships. Why? Because one of the biggest marketing problems that you have is reaching the right person at the right time with the right message. You want to be there at the very moment they are feeling negative about their incumbent MSP. And that would be very lucky timing, right? Well, actually, I don't believe in luck. I believe in being prepared and taking action. And the easiest way to get lucky is to make 50 outbound phone calls to your audiences every day. This is how you stack the odds in your favor. You keep picking up the phone, asking open questions about the business and their technology. And at least once a week, if not twice a week, you should get lucky with someone saying, "Oh, it's so weird you called because." So here's an interesting question. Seeing as finding someone to make outbound calls, well, frankly, it is difficult. And if you go for a telemarketing agency, often they over-deliver the first 2 months and then under-deliver for the rest of time. My question is this: should you use an AI robodialer to make outbound calls? As it stands today, my answer is no. And maybe that will change in the years ahead, but this answer of no is based on a couple of months of my business using an AI robodialer. We were doing it this time last year. We signed up to something called Voxia after seeing it featured in a marketing newsletter, and there are, of course, alternatives out there. But we gave the AI agent a desired flow and outcome for the call. We gave it some specific phrases to use if possible. We loaded it with FAQs, frequently asked questions, with, of course, the answers, and we linked it to a Calendly to book appointments in. So its mission was to call MSPs in the US and try to book them a 15-minute Zoom with my colleague Ben, and that was to talk about the MSP Marketing Edge, which is our business. So it wasn't really doing any selling as such. Its job was qualifying people, checking they were an MSP, because we just put some cold data in that we'd bought from Apollo. And its job was to call those people, qualify them, and then actually set up an appointment with Ben. Voxia was very clever and very adaptable. In fact, one MSP, he said that his perfect clients were on Sesame Street. He'd obviously spotted it was an AI agent. And Voxia kept making humorous references to Sesame Street for the rest of the call. But I'll be honest, it didn't work for us. And here are 3 reasons why. The first is that the delay was slightly too long. The AI would ask a question, the human would reply, and then the gap before the AI spoke again was just a fraction too long. And lots of humans started talking again because we kind of feel like we want to fill the gap, right? But that then fractured the conversation. And in recordings, we could hear the humans losing interest. And I know that the physics of AI calling make this hard, but I do expect this problem to vanish in the years ahead. Maybe the AI will predict and pre-prepare dozens of possible answers based on the first few words that the human's saying, or maybe it'll start talking a fraction before it anticipates the human has stopped speaking, so it feels more like a natural conversation. The second reason was that the people we were calling MSPs very quickly spotted it was an AI. Now, maybe that was because of the delay, or maybe it was something else that didn't feel quite right. It's very hard to pinpoint what makes for uncanny valley. Have you heard of that before? You know, that feeling that this is an AI, it's not a real human. And it is a feeling, it's not a thought. A surprising number of MSPs did ask, are you an AI? And maybe it is just that MSPs are super smart and they're looking out for this, whereas normal business owners and managers, they're not necessarily so aware. I don't know. And then the third reason was that during our campaign, and this is the absolute clincher for us, AI robocallers were actually banned in the US. This happened about a year ago. So, of course, the technology is going to get better and better, and it's probably already better now than when we tried it a year ago. And maybe a more obvious use of this is not for outbound sales calls, which obviously they're illegal in the US and may become illegal in other parts of the country as well. But what if you use them to handle inbound calls? What if every user who called your help desk is answered by an AI and asked a number of basic questions so that your technicians don't have to? And those questions could be things like, tell me what the problem is. And it could then respond with, oh, I'm really sorry to hear you've got that problem. Let's get this sorted for you. Is it just affecting you or is it affecting anyone else? And then it could ask, is it stopping you getting on with your work or can you work around it for a bit? So essentially we're just classifying the call. Then the AI could either transfer the caller through to their colleague, which is of course your human technician, or they could log it as a ticket and give the caller a real rough expectation of how long it could take to get this problem fixed. And that could be based on your current ticket levels, which would be really smart. How much technician time could you save by eliminating 80% of phone calls, all of those first phone calls that you get? How easy would it be to offer this 24/7 with the AI telling callers late at night or early in the morning when humans would be in to fix the problem? Is this something you would want integrated into your PSA?
Paul Green's MSP Marketing Edge.